education is only reading and writing? Knowledge is only reading and writing? Then what kind of knowledge then? Huh? What kind of knowledge? Morals. Okay. How do you get to know about the morals? Morals? Yeah, I agree. It's not only reading and writing. It is the moral values that every individual should know. Correct? How do you get those morals then? Do you get it through reading a book? Or seeing something in the TV? Or watching somebody and getting the knowledge out of it? How do you get the morals? By observation. Keep observing the people based on the observation that you do in the society. So whichever feels that it is good for you, we will take it. Whichever feels that is not required for us, we will leave it. Can I call those things as education? Okay. The right now education so far, whatever I had studied, whatever your parents or your siblings whoever had studied so far 3-4 years back, NEP came into picture in 2020. Correct? The reformation of this education happened in 2020. Education was there right from the beginning. That is there. But this reformation of this education happened in 2020. Before that, whatever the education that we had, all these had covered these morals. Let this be an interactive session because it's just a casual discussion that I want to have with you on educational policy. So, was all these was part of the education system earlier? How was the education system earlier then?
Read and write.
Read and write. So, how this reading and writing was going on?
It was actually
Yes, how?
teaching a fish how to climb trees.
Teaching the fish?
How to climb trees. That was Congress. Earlier.
Earlier it was like that. Okay. Now after NEP has come to pictures, then can you give some examples which has been improvised?
What about you, ma'am? You have to tell us how was the education system at your age?
Okay. So earlier what was happening is, it was only as per the knowledge that you have shared, it's only reading and writing. Reading and writing, it could be in English or it could be Kannada or any of the languages which we are comfortable with. So come to school, read, till 10th standard, write the exam, go to college. Now also it is there. I'm not telling it is not there. But this national education policy, whatever has adopted or whatever has come in the picture from 2020, you have the exposure to all the fields. Now, when you come to an engineering college like this, it's not compulsory that you have to read only 4 years of engineering subjects here. So you have the other part like yoga, you have the other part like music, you have the other part like dance, you have the other part like NCC, NSS, drawing, painting, cooking, every sort of things. All those are knowledge only. All those needs to be educated. Education is not only engineering thing that we can get a degree out of it. We can get degree in that also. Correct? Those things were not there in the earlier education system. But that we were learning it by our experience. As they said, somebody said, we were learning all those things by experience and out of interest. If I like music, I used to learn that music out of my interest. Somebody was there to teach in the college or in the school. If I want, then I need to approach them, ask for the class, then I need to get the music learning out of that. But here, it is part of the education system itself in NEP. Okay? So that today's agenda is on national education policy, which is nothing but it is a major transformation reforms in higher education. That means those things were not there in the higher education. What you say, it is after 12 plus. Whatever I say is 12 plus is higher education. According to me, what the after 12 standard, whatever we study, all those things we call it as a higher education system. So whatever the transformation that has happened in the higher education system falls under this NEP, National Education Policy. Okay, so another for half an hour we will be talking about this. So anything that you would like to share, you are free to share. Anything that I would like to tell you about this, I will also be doing about. And this would be our agenda today. The first one is evolution of education policy. I told you education is not only now it has come, right from beginning, from Gandhi. The second one department or leave the institution or leave anything. For you to join this college, you have some vision in your mind, or for you to study something, you should have some vision in your mind. Why are you studying this? Correct? Why I am going here, or what I want to do? All those are the visionary things that you keep in your mind. The same way, whenever you have anything, the vision has to be there for adopting that or for developing that particular policy. Okay, that is the next one, that is NEP policy. And the problems that was faced earlier in higher educational institutions or higher educational system. So how this NEP has helped in overcoming those problems will be the next one. And the key areas which needs to be focused and how NEP is trying to make it to happen for the key areas which are needs to be focused. Okay, as per the AICT norms, this NEP has to be adopted for every educational institution, not only for engineering, it is also for the schools. That is the schools, whatever they are, the kids who are goes to the school right now, they also should have this NEP policy in the school. They should also adopt that, and the kids should also learn this NEP policy. That is how this the government has made this policy to come into picture. Okay, don't ever think that it is only for the engineering colleges or the higher education institutions. It's also for the schooling kids who are joins the schools right. Okay, so this is how the evolution of the education policy has. For you people, what can be added here? You have seen the syllabus. Till that gets rectified, we will just talk in the other steps. Okay, so can somebody tell me? You have seen the syllabus of first year. Have you all? Okay. So what is a missing factor and what we can add into that as per your education policy? What you know? What can be added? What is missing? What you would like to have? Sports is there in your timetable. Okay, that I consider. Okay, sports one thing that has to be there. Okay, anything other than that? Other than that, what extra thing that you would expect from us, or what extra thing that has to be there in the class? Okay, so this is how the evolution of the set down. Whoever has come late, make it fastly set down. Okay, so this is how the education policy has evolved. In the very beginning, it was 1948-49. The education system has come into picture that we call it as University Education Commission. So very earlier, 1948, that education, whatever the NEP right now that is having, is a huge difference that we have seen from 1948 to 2020. Okay, so as the technology has improvised, you have come across that if you take your cell phone only, the earlier cell phone was not Android, was not smartphone. It was just a numbering thing that whatever you do it earlier you didn't had a cell phone at all. It's just a normal dialer phone, whatever the landline, what we call the landline was there in everybody's house. We didn't have a cell phone. Later, as the technology improvised, we came with the cell phone. Then the technology improvised, we came with this smartphones. Now smart watches where you can see all these messages, mobile calls in your phone itself, in your watch itself. So what is this? That is a technology that has been improvised. What is required for that? Education. So education is sitting here, reading, writing and coming all these. These are all the outputs that we are getting. No. So we are trying to practice whatever we know, whatever the knowledge that we know. We are trying to practice it. How are you practicing it? By making these of the activities, or by making or trying to invent new things, or improvising the technology by whatever the idea that we have it here. Okay, the same way here also, this educational policy earlier it was the University Education Commission. The next was Secondary Education Commission. That you can see this slide here. Every year the new commission of education has come into picture. Well, when is the NEP that has been adopted here? 1986, the National Policy of Education has come into picture. But the real transformation has been taken place at 2020. That is the reason we call it as NEP 2020. Though earlier it was adopted or it was there, but the 2020. So we call it as NEP 2020. The little modification was done in 1992. The modification of that NEP was done in 1992. There, the earlier only we have only the access for the education thing. Access for the education policy, that means that so what new things that what you are trying to put forth, but it actually was not implemented. They put across to people that I want these new things to be adopted, but actually it was not being implemented in the education policy as such. At least the designing part was working in 1986, 1992, as in when the information was happened in 29th July 2020, those all the new ideas, new technologies, new implementation, whatever we wanted to be adopted, that was adopted in 2020, 29th July, so it is called as NEP 2020. Okay, so what extra thing that we had? Here we have a quality education. So quality education means that, what it means? That doesn't mean that earlier we didn't have a quality education. We had education, the education quality was good enough, and for that particular point of time it was sufficient. But now you can just see a huge difference. The earlier 30-40 years back and current scenario, the huge difference is there. In the car model only, whatever the car that we were using 30 years back and whatever we are using it now, is a huge difference. You can see the technology changes. The same way, the technology has been changed by how? By education policy. That's all. Okay? New things have been introduced in the education system. That is why it is possible for people to invent or to come up with the new ideas of inventing the new things with the new technology. That is what I can say with this education evolution policy. Okay? So here, in the quality education, I told you it is not only for higher education, it is for the school and also for the higher education. Why you need it in the school itself? Why do you need it in the school itself? All the extra things, extracurricular activities that you all do it after your 12th or after your 10th. Why do you need it from school? Why do you need it right from the schooling itself? That is what is my question. It says we are designing a framework with some vision for both school and also for our higher education. The education system is divided into two, schooling and the higher education system. This NEP, the quality education is required, this framework is required for both of them. Why do you need it right from the school? The school, all the kids go, play, enjoy, come on. But why do you need that policy? Yes, to have a strong foundation, we need that from the school itself. Okay, so any building which needs to be constructed, what do we do that? We have a foundation. Based on the foundation, we raise the pillar, then the outer will come, then the house will be constructed. So what is the basic foundation there? Okay, what is the basic thing that is there? It's a foundation. Similarly here also, if we try to adopt in the school itself, we get a strong foundation for us to have a knowledge, so that it will be easy for us to explore many things in the higher educational system. That is the reason this framework is being designed with a vision for both schooling and also in the higher education. Example, now if I just go for artificial intelligence, right? So artificial intelligence, it has come as a subject in the engineering. We all agree? Correct? But now, 2 years back, if you could just see, earlier it was not there, but if you could just see a period of 1 and 2 years, so you can just see that artificial intelligence coming in the school itself. Right from 7th and 8th standard only, they will have an idea of AI. Correct? When you come to 10th and 12th only, you will have an idea of how do you develop a robot. Correct? You can make your own robot, or you can make your own app, mobile app, whichever gets developed by you. All those ideas you will have it earlier itself. Example, the programming knowledge only. So these programming knowledge, C, Java, whatever it is, earlier it was there after you pass your 10th standard. But now you are studying C programming before school itself, before 12th only. Whenever you come to your engineering, you have a sufficient knowledge of the programming knowledge. Correct? You all agree with it? That is how this policy has been improvised and developed. Okay? So evolution of its education.
Excuse me, ma'am.
Yes?
I don't think there is any useful evolution in this education system, ma'am. In 2016, the suicide rates of the students in India was 7.2.
Hey,
Now it's
hey, it's not the point. I told you it's an interactive session. Whatever the question that he asked, if you have any answer, that is to be reciprocated. So you have to listen to the question, right? Sorry, yeah, you can continue.
in 2016, the suicide rates of India was 7.2, and now it's in 2021 it's 8. And actually, 9,400 students took their own lives in 2016, and it's increasing like 13,000 for now.
Okay, that is because of education is happening. Do you really think that it's just because of education?
There are also other factors, ma'am.
Yes, that's our.
It's only focused on the students.
It is focusing on the students. It's not only the education. I told you to keep quiet, all of you. It's a very good question which could be debatable. Correct? Then I want everybody to concentrate on that. The first bench. Okay. See, only because of education this is not happening. That's the first thing. If the education, if any individual, if I am an individual who is concentrating only on the education, I wouldn't have gone for that stage. There's other parameters. It could be a family background, it could be a surrounding problem, or it could be any other deviation that has happened. Because of those things, the students are committing suicide in this particular way. That I agree. But it is not because of education.
How is this policy helping those students?
Sorry?
How is this policy, new policy?
The policy is trying to make the students to to explore many things, but the students are not in a position to explore the things. That is the problem, right?
So that's the problem which we have.
That is the reason they have to come with full fledged of idea that they come here, they explore the new things, whatever the idea that they have to tell us, so that we can also improvise in our education system. That is the reason I asked you a question. What extra thing that we need to add it in our scheme and syllabus? Correct? So if you feel that, if half of the class feel that 20 minutes of time we need for the discussion of what is happening in the class, so that we will try to adopt it. But what students will do, come over here, sit here, enjoy, talk and go out. No, that is what we are trying. Whatever the policy that government makes, until and unless we try to adopt it in the way that we want, nothing will be utilized. Do you all agree? Correct? No? The policies has to be there because it should not deviate from the circumstances. Okay? So why do we have 4 months of semester? Because if we keep on educating, or if we keep on explaining any of the concept, that will take 1 month, that will take 6 months, that might take 1 year also. It is not compulsory that I have to complete the syllabus within this stipulated amount of time, or we don't have the syllabus which is to be completed in that amount of time only. If I take any programming example, C programming in 3 months we can't learn. We will be learning by our experience. It takes years together to learn. Do you all agree with it? Correct? No? That is the reason. So you are all youngsters. If you come with your ideas, we can try to adopt those changes in our policies. That is what is NEP. NEP says that take the changes. It's not telling that you have to go with this in mind only. Take the changes, whatever the changes that has been possible by our end, you take it. Try to make the students more interesting, more exploring new things, creativity. All those things has to be there in the policy. That is what this NEP stands for. I think I have answered your question. That the committing suicide and all is not only because of education. That is just a weak moment that would have happened for the students. But if they're clear in their goal, that is what I believe. If we are clear in our vision, those things will not happen. And they are not clear enough. That is the reason those things are happening. But still, maybe few things that could be adopted. Those whatever is happening could also be avoided. We will look into that. What can be